Hey everyone, how you doing? I'm Dan, and this is my favorite thing to cook. What we're doing tonight is just going to be a quick little midnight snack that I like to do. It's basically just charred dates stuffed with peanut butter. Um, these dates are really old, so we'll see how we do on those. But that's the cool thing about dates is that they last almost forever. But real quick, just look at this. All right, let's do this. God, I hope I don't slice my finger off. Oh God, these dates are so old. I mean, they're hard, but they're not rotten.
So yeah, I'm struggling a little bit with these since they are so old. Honestly, I probably should have just thrown them away, but they're not moldy, so they're technically not bad. Side rant here. Too many times people will go by a use date and assume the product is bad past that date. Use by / best by dates are arbitrary dates come up by the manufacturer. There's really not much science behind it. I'm not 100% on the origin story, but from what I remember, it started when a dairy company blind taste tested subjects on, I believe, yogurt of various dates of freshness until they got past a date that the group would basically unanimously agree, quote, wasn't as fresh anymore. And that's when they would advise people to not eat it past that point. It was initially meant to be a luxury so the upper class could pick the freshest product. Then through the decades, people started to assume Best By meant anything past that date is rotten. Partially because the government got involved and started enforcing anything edible to have an expiration date, which is what really started to confuse people. Expiration, Best By, Use By, they all kind of sound the same, but they're not. Thanks, USDA. If you don't believe me, look up that picture of like a 5 million year old Himalayan salt that has an expiration date 2 years in the future.
Hey buddy, what's going on? What are you thinking? Hey, watch out, okay?
I char these until the entire metal is black. It goes pretty quickly. We're not cooking them, just charring the inside. Also, this pan will get hot easily, so either put a pan on a towel so you don't burn your counter, or give yourself a good amount of space between the torch and your hand. Alright, now let's get a close-up on these bad boys. Is that close enough for you? How about now? Better? No? Now?
Choosy cat dads choose Jif. Just saying. This will be enough for me and the cats.
This part can get a little bit messy. I like to just scoop all the peanut butter I know I'll use so I don't have to keep dipping my spoon into the tub, but it will make it a bit more difficult having all that peanut butter on the spoon at once.
This one can use a little more.
You can put as much or as little as you want on here. I go for around a couple of teaspoons if I had to guess. Too much, it's just a mouthful of peanut butter, which isn't bad, just not what we're going for right here.
And that's about it.
Well, if you say so. Anyway, there's really no point plating these up since I usually eat one or two while I'm cleaning up, and they don't really last much longer than that. I have too much peanut butter already, so I'm just going to go ahead and I think I'm just going to give these to the babe since they've been so patient. Well, I guess she's not too interested. I know, I'm a terrible pet parent. One minute I'm feeding them peanut butter on the counter, the next I'm spraying him because he just ate a quarter stick of butter before I realized what was happening. But what are you going to do? I know these dates are ridiculous, but they're actually really tasty, so don't judge me. They came to me one night when I was raiding my pantry while trying to put together this super ghetto charcuterie platter. Don't even ask what was on there. It was Costco pork jerky and pickles. Don't hate, you know it's good. But anyway, I pull at these dates. I don't even know why I had them to begin with, but I know our pastry chef chars them. What? He chars them as a garnish for these cheese plates, so I decided to give it a shot. Next thing I know, I'm pulling down the PB and the rest is history. PB&J? More like PB and day. That is. Okay, sorry. That was a stretch. I'm better than that. But anyway, I like dates and everything, but they're kind of like the okayest fruit of all time. It's up there with persimmon and dragon fruit. Pretty interesting mouthfeel, but definitely lacking in the flavor department, so charring them is a really nice way to boost the complexity a bit.
How'd I do, my man?
I think I did pretty good considering how old those dates were, and considering I filmed this a couple weeks ago and I'm still alive to tell the story. I see this as an absolute win. I hope this will help you reconsider trying something you normally wouldn't, and as always, thank you for joining me where I can show you my favorite thing to cook.
Good night.
Aw, thanks. You too.